Hello and welcome to Top Select 10. Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride with our countdown of the top 10 must-watch best action movies to watch now in 2024. Whether you're a fan of explosive battles, epic car chases, or intense fight scenes, these films are guaranteed to keep you on the edge of your seat. We've handpicked the most action-packed movies currently streaming in 2024 on platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and more. From blockbuster superhero flicks to gritty crime thrillers, each movie on this list is a must-watch for any action fan. Expect thrilling storylines, jaw-dropping stunts, and unforgettable heroes as we dive into the best action movies available right now. Join us as we break down what makes each movie stand out, highlighting the intense moments, iconic characters, and why they deserve a spot on your watch list. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and get ready to experience the best action movies of 2024. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more top 10 lists and movie recommendations. Number 10. In the Land of Saints and Sinners. In the Land of Saints and Sinners is an Irish action thriller film. Hoping to leave his dark past behind him, former assassin Finbar Murphy leads a quiet life in a coastal Irish town, far from the political violence that grips the rest of the country. When menacing terrorists show up, Finbar soon discovers that one of them has been abusing a local girl. Drawn into an increasingly vicious game of cat and mouse, he must choose between exposing his secret identity and defending his friends and neighbors. In the Land of Saints and Sinners shows perfectly how you make a solid movie without putting billions into special effects and explosions. Just tell an old tale new with the help of a superb cast. Especially the acting shines bright in this little flick and makes the story and the characters believable. Number 9. Rebel Ridge. Rebel Ridge is an American crime action thriller film written, produced, directed, and edited by Jeremy Saulnier. An ex-Marine grapples his way through a web of small-town corruption when an attempt to post bail for his cousin escalates into a violent standoff with the local police chief. This movie is a solid 10 over 10, except for the ending, where it feels like the director deliberately left us wondering what would happen next. I'm hoping for a part 2 to see how justice ultimately plays out. The film made me fall in love with Aaron Pierce's character, as his performance was so passionate that I felt like I was right there with him, ensuring justice was served. The way he conveyed the importance of protecting those he cares about, above everything else, really resonated with me. The story was well thought out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Number 8. Revolver. Revolver is a South Korean action crime film. The Korean film, directed by Seung Ukko, will be primarily remembered for the remarkable performances of its two lead actresses, the resolute Jeon Do-yeon in the role of Ha Soo-young and the charming Lim Jae-yeon as Jeong Yoon-seon. The narrative unfolds gradually, dedicating a significant portion of the first half to untangling an intricate web of betrayal and vengeance surrounding the police officer Soo-young, who is on the verge of moving into her ideal new apartment. However, she becomes embroiled in an unforeseen corruption scandal involving her partner and ultimately accepts a considerable bribe to take the blame for the offenses. This aspect of the film may be considered its weakest point. The film improves significantly as it transitions into a thriller filled with suspense, culminating in a dramatic finale that is quite impactful. Regrettably, the conclusion lacks clarity, yet it still managed to maintain my full attention throughout. Number 7. Watchmen. Watchmen is set in an alternate 1985 America in which costume superheroes are part of the fabric of everyday society, and the doomsday clock, which charts the US's tension with the Soviet Union, is permanently set at 5 minutes to midnight. When one of his former colleagues is murdered, the washed-up but no less determined masked vigilante Rorschach sets out to uncover a plot to kill and discredit all past and present superheroes. As he reconnects with his former crime-fighting legion, a ragtag group of retired superheroes, only one of whom has true powers, Rorschach glimpses a wide-ranging and disturbing conspiracy with links to their shared past and catastrophic consequences for the future. Their mission is to watch over humanity. But who is watching the Watchmen? Number 6. I Am Legend. Meandering through a barren and ravaged post-apocalyptic Manhattan rendered uninhabitable by a virulent genetically mutated plague, the brilliant virologist and sole survivor, Robert Neville, still hopes to find signs of life. 3 long years after the devastating outbreak. When the sun is high, the resilient doctor, along with his trusted German shepherd, Samantha, comb the deserted streets scavenging for food, as the cure for the ravenous mutants that were once humans is still out of reach. However vastly outnumbered, scared to death, yet determined to prevail, Robert knows that, sooner or later, there will be no place to hide. Then, the only living man in New York will have to make his tragic and heroic last stand against the dangerously resourceful adversary. Is Dr. Neville humanity's last hope? Number 5. American Sniper. Chris Kyle was nothing more than a Texas man who dreamt of becoming a cowboy. But in his 30s, he found out that maybe his life needed something different, something where he could express his real talent, something that could help America in its fight against terrorism. So he joined the SEALs in order to become a sniper. After marrying Taya, Kyle and the other members of the team are called for their first tour of Iraq. Kyle's struggle isn't with his missions, but about his relationship with the reality of the war and, once returned at home, how he manages to handle it with his urban life, his wife and kids. American Sniper is probably one of the best war films I've seen since Saving Private Ryan. Now, I would probably won't consider this a war film because it mostly focuses on one character. One of the most recent war films that I really enjoyed last year was Lone Survivor. Number 4. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Ethan Hunt and the IMF team must track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity if it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, a deadly race around the globe begins. Confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than the mission, not even the lives of those he cares about most. An absolute masterclass in producing an enjoyable action movie. Cinematography was great, the story was paced extremely well, and the casting of all roles was absolutely perfect. Cruise, Pegg and Raines were awesome as always. Wyam and Davis were great additions, but the power quartet of Ferguson, Atwill, Clementif and Kirby really went above and beyond in making this movie perfect. Not to mention the chilling confidence of Morales as Gabriel, who practically oozes tangible danger. Number 3. Shang Kai and the Legend of the Ten Rings. When his father, Wenwu, the leader of the Ten Rings terrorist organization, sends assassins after him, Shang Kai is forced to confront his tragic past. With his friend Katie, he travels to Macau to warn his sister Xiling, leading to a dramatic battle in an underground fight club. Captured, they learn Wenwu plans to invade the mythical village of Ta Lo, believing their mother is imprisoned there. Teaming up with Ta Lo's villagers, Shang Kai battles Wenwu and the dark creatures he unleashes. With the help of a legendary dragon, Shang Kai gains control over the Ten Rings, finally defeating the Dark Forces. Number 2. Man of Steel. Kal-El, son of Jor-El and Lara, is sent to Earth after his home planet Krypton leads to a complete incineration. Now taking the name Clark Kent, he then discovers his true persona when he is guided to become Superman, a hero committed to protect Earth's fate and the harm that threatens it. However, General Zod, a citizen of Krypton and its military leader, looks at Earth's fate differently and decides to use it with a sacrifice for all humans. Superman, with the help of present military and news reporter Lois Lane, makes an alliance together to stop Zod from obliterating human existence. Number 1. X-Men, Days of Future Past. This movie opens in a dark and desolate future that was set in motion in 1973, when brilliant scientist Dr. Bolivar Trask created a series of giant robots called Sentinels for the sole purpose of wiping out mutants, who he claimed were a direct threat to the human race. Although initially programmed solely to target mutants, the Sentinels soon began eradicating humans who possessed the DNA to breed mutants, and eventually any mortal mutant sympathizers. Desperate, Professor Xavier and Magneto devise a plan to have Kitty Pryde send Wolverine back to the year when Mystique assassinated Trask. It turns out that Mystique inadvertently accelerated the Sentinel program when she was subsequently captured by Sergeant William Stryker, who succeeded at harvesting her DNA to make the robots more powerful than ever before. Upon arriving in the past, Wolverine quickly seeks out a much younger Charles Xavier, as well as Beast and Quicksilver, and together they help break a young Magneto out of a heavily fortified prison cell hundreds of feet beneath the Pentagon. Meanwhile, with the help of Havok, Ink, Toad, and Spike, Mystique is already moving in for the kill. Although Wolverine, Beast, Charles, and Magneto manage to thwart the assassination, Charles and Magneto once again find themselves at odds after the latter attempts to alter the plan at the last moment, creating a mass panic during a post-Vietnam War peace summit in Paris. And Dr. Trask, still fuming from having had the Sentinel program rejected by Congress, takes his proposal directly to President Nixon, laying the groundwork for an even darker future than the one Wolverine was sent back to prevent. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Like and share the video. Thank you.